Hey, you. Yeah, you. The person who feels like life isn't fair. You're tired of watching everyone else succeed while you feel like you're failing. You're tired of everyone else getting the things that you dreamed of and you're not getting them. You're tired of watching other people get into relationships and you're still single. Or maybe you're tired of other people be happy in relationships and you're not happy in yours. It's not fair that they get the job or they get the girl or they get the guy or they get the kids, they get the house, the husband, the wife, that they get the new car, that they get the more money, that they get the raise, that they get to travel. It's not fair, right? It's not fair that they get the things that you want. It's not fair that everyone else seems so happy while you feel like you're not. It's not fair that you feel like you're failing and you're drowning and you're not doing enough. And it seems like everyone else is just doing so much better. It's not fair, right? Listen, I get it. There's plenty of things in my life that I feel like weren't fair. There's plenty of things that I went through in my past and I'm like, that's not fair. I shouldn't have had to deal with that. I shouldn't have had to go through that. There's things that I've had to give up where I feel like it's not fair. There's people that I've lost or things that I've lost. And I think, man, that's not fair. Why did I have to do that? Why did I have to give that up? Why did I have to be the bigger person? Why did I have to be the one to walk away? Why did I have to be the one to sacrifice this? Or why did I have to be the one to go through that? There's so many times that I've asked why, and there's so many times that the only thing that I could think to say is that it's not fair. And then I remember that if life was fair, Jesus would not have died on that cross for me. If life was fair, we'd all be paying an impossible price. If life was fair, Jesus wouldn't have come to save us all, because it wasn't fair for him to die on a cross for sins he didn't commit. It wasn't fair for him to get beaten and to get ridiculed and to get rejected and to get hurt and to bleed and to die for us. None of that was fair. He didn't do anything wrong. And yet here we are thinking that all of these things in this world aren't fair. And now I'm not saying this as a suck it up buttercup kind of way. I'm saying it as I understand that life doesn't seem fair. But sometimes we also have to remember that nowhere were we promised that life would be fair. That is the double-edged sword of our faith, is that we understand and we know that life is going to be hard and we are going to face many trials, but we also have the privilege and blessing of having God at our side to call on him when things seem unfair. And we are blessed with Jesus, who understands what it means and how it feels for things to not be fair. And so, like I said, I'm not saying all of this in a way to convict you. I'm not saying it in a way of a suck it up buttercup, deal with it. I'm saying it to remind you that when things aren't fair, you need to go to God, because he understands. And he wants you to let him in. And he wants to help you. And he wants to comfort you. When things aren't fair, that is not a reason to go farther away from God. That is not a reason to reject his help or to grin and bear it. That is not a reason to shove it all down because, if I show that I'm sad, or if I show that I'm angry, or if I show that I'm upset, or if I show that they hurt me, then I'm weak. It's not the time for that. Listen, I'm guilty of it too. I've been that person. Quite frankly, I still am that person most of the time who thinks that I just have to muscle through things and I have to grin and bear it and I have to suck it up because, life isn't fair, but it's not supposed to be fair. But that doesn't mean that life isn't hard. That doesn't mean that I don't struggle. That doesn't mean that I can't be sad when things don't work out. That doesn't mean I can't be angry when things don't work out. That doesn't mean that I can't be upset when things don't go my way. I can be, and you can be. We're human. We're God's children. We're allowed to feel those things. But like I said, that doesn't mean you walk away from him. That means you go closer to him and you confide in him and you tell him how you're feeling. Because all God wants is to have a relationship with you. All he wants you to do is trust him. All he wants to do is take care of you and to let you know that you are loved. And oftentimes I feel like the reason that things don't work out and the reason that life isn't fair is because we always have to remember that we are to surrender our plans to God because his ways are better than mine. Hindsight's 2020, and there's a lot of things that I'm really grateful that didn't work out the way that I wanted them to, because things are so much better that they didn't. And I know, again, that's hard. It's hard to be like, well, things aren't working out now, but in 5 years I'm going to understand why. But it's the truth. God's ways are better than your ways. So if something's not working out the way that you want it to, understand that it's going to work out better God's way than it will yours. And if life doesn't seem fair, broaden your horizon. Look at the bigger picture. That's just one small thing in your life. There's so many more things to look at. There's so many more things to try. There's so many more things that are more important. Life isn't fair and life isn't perfect. And that's okay.